have a button here. So this is submit button. And by default, form method is get request. So you see here, when I run this, so when I run this, you can identify default form method is get. So when the default method of form is get, then lot of problems will be there. So let's check here. Observe carefully. When we are trying to submit the data, so see, I entered. So you can open inspect. You can open inspect, and in the inspect, you can go to here network category. In network category, so you just click on refresh once. So this red mark indicates that it is recording. So click on refresh. So you see the register came here. And when I select register.html, you see the request method is get. On this get method, I am submitting some password, like some password I entered, and click on submit. You can see that the password is submitted on get request only. Method is still get. But you see the password is in the URL. Anybody can watch it. It's not safe. It is easy to hack. We need to encode the data, and we need to use the encoded data. It can be stored in browser history also. It can be bookmarked also. That is the reason we don't recommend to submit data on get request. So we have to submit data on post request. That's important. We need to submit data on post request. So we have to define the method. By default, method is get. We need to define post. Capitalization doesn't matter. Just traditionally we give that, but you can write small letters, capital letters, anything. So form method post, and you see, but when you post, you have to tell where to post. Generally, we post to a server-side technology. We don't have server-side technology. Later we will see. But observe here now, when I design on post, I entered some password and click on submit. It is submitted, but it is not in the URL now. It is not in the URL. So that means it is more protected. But server side, there will be one technology. That server side technology will get the data, and it will use that data. It will get the data and it will use the data. To which server side technology we need to post the data, we have to tell. It says that it's not working right now because we don't have any server side technology. We need to write. Later in server side, you will learn it. So actually what we do is, where to submit the data, we define that by using action. By using action. Action indicates where to submit the data. Action indicates where to submit the data. Oi, hello. Yes. Yes, is it audible? Is it clear? Hello, everyone. Is it audible? Yes, yes. Okay, let's continue. Yes, yes, continue. Now here, action indicates where to submit the data. Some server-side technologies. We generally use server-side pages. Don't worry, later you will learn. Like our page will be .aspx, .php, .jsp. All these are the dynamic pages actually. It indicates where to submit. dynamic pages. We can submit to the dynamic pages. Later, we will learn about those server-side technologies, not now. JSP, PHP, ASP. That means this data you submitted will be sent into this page. That page will collect and use server-side actually. That is action. So form have methods. So what is post? Already you know now. Post data will not be in query string. Data will not be in query string. Data will be in form body. We call it as form body. So it is safe. So it is hard to hack the data. It cannot be bookmarked. So it cannot be bookmarked. So it is not in browser history. You can send any amount of data. We can set limits for sending the amount of data also, but there is no limit. You can send any amount, any complex data also you can send. So when to use get, when to use post? When you are fetching information from the client. Client wants to get information from the server and show it. Then we use get request. And when you are submitting, then we have to use the post request. Query string means already I told you, na? In the URL, you saw URL. When we submitted, you saw URL. In the URL, some question mark password is equal to, you saw it, is equal to some name was there. You saw it? That is called query string. Okay? That's what we said. In the URL, data will be in query string on URL. I hope you understood that, right? Yeah, that is query string. So technically, we submit the data on post. We can submit on get also, but this is point. Another option is when you are working with form, another important attribute for the form is form have an attribute no validate. This is new in HTML5, no validate, because no validate means actually HTML5 have default validation. They have default validation. But those default validations are not suitable every time. Some problems are there. For example, I will show you here what is the default validation. Suppose we are asking email and we are typing here input type email. And here we are having the name email. So now you have to enter email. So nothing written, we defined email only. Observe carefully now here. When we open this, so you will get this. So refresh email. I am typing some ABC and click on submit. Is it a valid email? It's not a valid email. So when I click on submit, it will not allow to submit. It says please include at the net. So that is good. It is verifying. We are not writing any validation. It is verifying by default. Like that, HTML5 is having a lot of inbuilt validations. But sometimes those validations are not good for us. Why? Because they may not suit our requirement. For example, see, I typed @G. Is it a valid email? Is it a valid email format? It's not a valid email format. But when I click submit, it submits that email. So that means validation is there, but we don't want that validation. If I keep that validation, then what happens? It will fire up that message. Why we don't want this validation? Because it's not according to our requirement. So what you can do is, you can say no validate. That means you can just keep here as no validate. So for a form, you can add option as no validate. We can use no validate. No validate means it will disable validation. Why to disable validation? Because that pop-up will not come now. Then pop-up will not come, then we will write our own validation with JavaScript and jQuery. That means you can see that now validation, it will not happen. So suppose when we load this, I am typing something here. I click on submit. So it's submitting. Validation is not working. So why you disabled validation? Because we want to write our own validation. We want to write our own validation. That is the reason we have suppressed that validation. If you don't suppress, what will happen? Your validation will come, HTML validation also will come. So half working, that's not great. That is the reason we suppress validation. Understood, everyone? So many times people have a doubt, like why to suppress the validation? We have to suppress the validation because it's not according to our requirement. So sometimes some validations are not according to our requirement. Suppose they will give a mobile number. That mobile number will be according to US format. We don't want any US format mobile number. Then we will use our own. Right. So technically that is important. Right. These are all the attributes to work with the form. Okay. Right. So how we so that is the option why it is handled, right? That is the point about no validate. That is form. So form related, these are all important attributes. Some attributes we can see with server-side integration and deal with the server-side integration. So generally, these are the form, only this outer form, how to design it. You have to make sure that all your controls are inside the form in order to submit. So that is by using the form, right? Next, after knowing the form, how you configure the form, what are the attributes for the form. Now we need to know the elements inside the form. How to design text boxes, check boxes, radio buttons, how to design them. So for that, we need some important other elements. So we have another element, input. Input is actually, by default, you can see, I am creating a data list. So data term, I said username, and I will keep data definition. Here I am writing input. Just input is enough. Actually, just input is enough. When I write input, automatically this input is going to input the value. So that means I will refresh this changes. You can see by default input is going to show that. So let's save this. So and refresh, and you can see this input by default it gets a text box like. By default input is like text box, but it allows to input a number or allows to input a string. It allows to input a symbols, everything it will allow. So we can design input for various types, for string, for password, for number, for date, for different types. In HTML5, they introduced several new types for various data that you can define by using a type attribute. Input type can be text. Input type can be text. Input type can be password. Input type can be number. Input type can be date. Input type date. Input type can be color. Input type can be file. It can be email. It can be URL. So these are the new important types. It can be range. These are all the important input types. For different types of input, we can use these input types for text, for password, for number, for date, for color, for file. This will change the input behavior actually. Suppose you see now. So by default, it looks like this. If you want only string, then you use input type as text. That is plain string. If you want plain string, then input type text. Suppose I am writing another password. If I want a string which cannot be seen, masked, then we use input type is equal to password. So we can use password. For example, we have another data term, some age. Suppose we want only number to input here. We use input type as number. Suppose we have like data term, date of birth. I want a date picker. Then we use input type is equal to date. So in date, we have several options I will tell you. Suppose I want as a price range. I can use like input type is equal to range. What will happen? I will show you. Suppose I want like favorite color. So that means I can even use input type is equal to color. We can use color. Suppose we have like some upload photo. We can use like input type is equal to file. We can add input type is equal to file. We can define input type is equal